If you were with us at the beginning of the transmission, you'll remember that Sarah called this one for Stephen Milne. So now we'll find out whether you were on the money. Good start from Robbie Rennick, because he is the Scottish record holder, so no Scot has gone faster than his 3:40.22. And he saved himself earlier on. He was scheduled to swim in the 50 and decided to give that a miss. So we'll see whether that stands him in good stead. It's all pretty close, coming down towards the 75. Stephen Milne, though, I think has moved into the lead. Going well in lane 8 is Thomas Tice. And in lane 6, Duncan Scott. He's not to be discounted either in this one. But it's Milne at the 100, leads them through. 53.20 for him. Moss has been performing with great distinction at the World Stage 2 World Cup bronze medalist early in the season at Dubai and Doha. So he can mix it with the very best in this event, as well as the 1500. And at the moment he's got, well, maybe a metre and a half's advantage. Duncan Scott in second, Robbie Rennick in third. So these three know each other well. Duncan Scott is pushing this pretty hard. He's less than a metre behind Milne here. Don't see Duncan doing the 400 too many times at the moment, but, well, you might wonder why not, because so far he is giving Stephen Milne quite a run here. Robbie Rennick in third place, but a little bit back on these two. So just half a second in it at halfway. 1:49.10 and 1:49.68. Well, how do you see this one working out? Duncan Scott is pushing Stephen here.
He is. Duncan seems to be working very hard, especially in that first 200. Looks like Stephen might be starting to pick things up slightly now. It's all going to depend on what they each have left in the bag down that last 100, and especially down that last 50.
And that one's quite a tight one to call, because you think probably Duncan Scott has more sprint speed than Stephen Milne.
Well, yeah, if he can utilise that in the next 100, it will be a very interesting finish.
And they are very, very close indeed now as they come down towards 300. The two of them very tight, moving up into third now. Lander Hendricks of Lamsa out of your shot at the moment. You just see him coming through there just ahead of Robbie Rennick. Now all to play for then. 2:45.49 was the split at 300, so pacing around 56 seconds. Probably going to be just a little bit outside Scottish records time there as we come towards the 350, and it's Milne has about a metre's advantage here on Scott. Can Duncan Scott stay close enough to maybe give himself a chance for a strong sprint finish? Hendricks now holding third ahead of Rennick by about a metre and a half, but it looks like Milne, the wily campaigner from Perth, is doing enough here. Maybe gave his supporters a wee bit of a scare in the middle section of that race with Duncan Scott so close to him. Duncan Scott is giving it one last push, but Stephen Milne is going to hold on to take this one, and that was an excellent exhibition of swimming, and that time 3:40.19 is a new Scottish record. Number 3 of the night. Robbie Rennick's record has gone. Wow, Stephen Milne there. And I think some of the credit for that record has to go to Duncan Scott there. 3:41.33 for Duncan in second. Lander Hendricks takes third, 3:43.97. That was a super, super race.
Excellent race, and not necessarily where we would have expected it from. Great swimming from Duncan Scott. Really pushed Stephen through that first 300 especially.